the sky and all the water, and then he separated the two. And then on the third day he created?
Land.
That's right. The land and the plants. And then, hang on, sweetie. And then on the fourth day he created?
Sun and moon and stars.
That's right. The sun, the moon, and the stars. On the fifth day he created?
Birds and fish.
The birds and the fish. Very good.
And whales.
And then on the last day, what did he create?
Animals.
Yes, all the animals. All right.
Animals.
And he created people. Who in particular? Who did he create?
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve. And they had a wonderful time. And where were they staying?
In Eden's garden.
The Garden of Eden. But unfortunately, Adam and Eve sinned, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so they had to be kicked out of the Garden of Eden because they could no longer stay there. All right, because God couldn't trust them in the garden. And so he told them they had to leave the garden, and they left and they started living outside the Garden of Eden. Okay, and Adam and Eve had children. Okay, and their children had children, and those children had children. And along came Enoch. Enoch was the great grandson of Adam. Can you say that? He was the
Great
grandson. 4 times. Great grandson of Adam and Eve. Now, when Enoch was born, unfortunately, the people did not listen and obey God. So he was born at a time when people did not listen or obey God. And so the people did whatever they wanted. Okay? The people did whatever they wanted. And much of what they wanted was not good. Okay? Much of what they wanted was not good. And God was not happy.
Why does they have to write the word over there?
This is mommy's writing. Okay?
Mama.
Yes, thank you. And so God was not happy. But you know what? Enoch was different. Enoch was different. And he was different because he loved God. He did what? He loved God with all his heart. And you can find, mommies and daddies, you can find the story in Genesis 5. It's really short, but you can tell the story of Enoch to your children as well. And so Enoch loved God with all his heart. And the Bible tells us that he walked faithfully with God. He walked faithfully with God. And do you know how Enoch loved God?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
How did he love God?
Because he listened to God.
Very good. Very good. That's right. So Enoch listened to God, and whatever he heard God say, he obeyed. Enoch was known as someone who was faithful. Okay, he was trustworthy. Okay, and the Bible tells us that God was pleased with Enoch. So when
that Enoch again.
Yes, this is Enoch when he's older. He's much older. Okay? Because he lived for a long time. He lived for a long time, and all his years he was known as someone who loved God. Who loved
God.
that we would all be like.
Why is it Enoch a baby, Enoch a little toy,
That's
and
right.
Enoch older?
Thank you. That's right. And as he grew, he continued to love God with all his heart. And boys and girls, I want us to be like Enoch. Can we be like Enoch?
Yes.
How can we be like Enoch? How can we love God with all our heart? How can we do that?
Obey.
Older? Okay, 1 minute. We'll start there. Mudoni, how can we be like Enoch?
We can listen to our parents.
That's right. We can listen to our parents. Eden, how can we love God?
Obey
We can obey who?
our parents.
Oh, good. We can obey our parents. Nyakeo, how can we love God?
We can share things with others
We can share things with others. AJ, how can we love God?
by listening what he says
That's right.
and by doing what he commands us.
Thank you.
And
Uh-huh.
To listen to our parents and obey them.
That's right.
And do what they are supposed to do.
That's right. So we can love God by reading the Bible. Remember, we say to read the Bible every day. We can love God by, when we read, to do what we are learning to read in the Bible. Okay? So we can love God by obeying our parents and our teachers. Okay? We can love God by reading the Bible, praying every day. No one said praying. So we can pray, and that's just having a conversation.
No, and read the Bible.
And read the Bible every day. So that is a way that we can love God. Now, do you know what happened to Enoch?
No.
Do you know?
No.
First of all, Enoch lived to be 365 years old.
Oh, yeah. That
365 years old. That's how long he lived. Isn't that a long time?
Yeah.
We don't live that long now, okay? Nobody lives that long now. But a long, long time ago, Enoch lived to be how old?
365.
Very good. Can you say that again?
365.
That's right. And at 365 years old, Enoch still loved God. And God was so pleased with Enoch that one day God came and took Enoch to heaven. Yes.
Where?
God came and took Enoch to heaven.
Where was Enoch?
We don't know, baby. One day, Enoch just disappeared. Okay? Because God came and took Enoch to heaven. Okay?
And is Enoch still in heaven?
Yes, he is.
Now.
Yes.
Did God come and pick him himself?
We don't know. We just know that one day, Enoch disappeared because he went to be with God. Okay?
Is it because God loved him?
Because God loved him and was so pleased with him, he came and took him home.
Mama.
Okay? He
Mama.
came and took him home.
Mama.
And that's what we want as
Mama,
well, isn't it?
Is Enoch
Yes, we
in
want.
heaven here?
Heaven, we don't know where heaven is, but heaven is where God. Okay. Heaven is where God is, and we want to be where God is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so we want to be like Enoch. So what have we learned? What did we learn today? How can we love God like Enoch? Yes, AJ.
By praying every day.
By praying every day. How can we love God like Enoch?
We can love God. We can respect God by making sure we do the right things that we're told.
Good. By doing the right
another
things.
one.
Hold on. Eden, how can we love God?
By praying every day.
By praying every day.
And doing the Bible.
And reading the Bible and doing what it says. And
No,
Mudani?
I got another one.
Okay.
And you can do the Bible story and you can do super book.
That's right. Thank you so much. Mudani, how can we love God?
By listening to our parents and listening to God.
That's right. So boys and girls, okay, one more.
That we respect God carefully.
Yes.
And we can be faithful. Yes.
Thank
I was
you.
about to say that.
And being faithful. So boys and girls at home, let us practice to love God the same way that Enoch loved God. The Bible tells us in Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 5 that God was pleased with Enoch. Okay? And we want God to be pleased with us. So, can we remember to read our Bibles, to pray every day, to be faithful, and to be obedient? Okay?
Yes.
So do we have a song for everybody today?
Yes.
What song do we have? Do you remember?
Yes.
Okay, shall we do it?
Yes.
I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No. Can we do that one more time? What have you decided?
I have
Decided to follow Jesus. That's right. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back.